Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's injury time, but I'll try to make it short. It's not going to be heavy because it's not so technical. It's more of non-technical side of my experience over the years after the graduation. So I give a title, Endeavours after MPG Graduation. The roadmap, it's basically like storytelling that I'm going to give. So it's chapters that I'm going to talk about. So the title is a bit catchy, Stay Cool After School, networking, what's very important as we all know, embark into new adventures and endeavors, a glimpse into exploration industry for those who don't have much knowledge about what is exploration and mining industry, and what I've been doing for the last 5 years, going back to my previous world. And then one of the chapter I said, never miss cultural integration class. I don't know if we still have that, but at that time we had that class, so we still have it. Okay, and then a little bit of technical side of my work. That's a multidisciplinary application, targeting study using gain knowledge from the master course. And at the end, some more non-technical side, which is about the values and leadership, as some of us here are already in the process of climbing the ladder of in corporate or in self-owned company as a leader, as a manager. So I'll just touch a bit on that. That's, sorry, pen? Okay. That's us in 2003. Graduation. Normally after that, what's next? Some of us get that question long before the graduation, already start thinking and try to establish network and try to formulate what's going to be done after the graduation. Some of us, before we come to Germany, already plan what to do after the graduation. However, it normally evolves as the course progresses. It evolves, and then we start to get new ideas and new perspective, and then we change, and then we think. Germans are great thinkers, and that's one of the culture that we absorb while we're here. It's a good thing, and very precise thinker, and in order, alles in Ordnung. So stay cool after school. Great smiles, great group. Just go back. I think, if I'm not mistaken, 17 countries was represented in our batch. So it's a big range of people with different background and a very wide age range. So from someone who just finished bachelor degrees, but 21 years old, is up to us who are older. So it's very, very dynamic and lively. So after school, networking. Many media's done. Important information retrieval. I learned it from Professor Lemkula. How to retrieve information from internet. Because of this big class, we learn more about interpersonal skill. We're dealing with people from different countries, different backgrounds, and different language. Some people speak very fast, some people speak very slow and in order. So it's a great experience. And sometimes people disappoint us, and I'm talking now about after the graduation. So after this networking, as my colleague just said, he sent 50 applications or more. And it's difficult when you disappointed after that. You're so eager to apply your knowledge and no answer. So I also experienced that after the school. I was going to go into, because I'm still in the heat of studying, I want to continue to further study, and this established network to England, to university in England, in Germany, in Australia. Professor Ketterman was my supervisor, and I did my master course on geomorphology study, exploring functionality of GIS to apply to geology and geomorphology, so sort of landscape modeling and stuff. I applied here and there and got admission, got the scholarship, but not full. So what to do? I'll go back to my country, Indonesia. And then that's the new endeavor. I also established contact with my former manager from my previous company in Laos, who was offering me a job. He said, why don't you come back working with me as exploration geologist? That means going to the bush. Going to the jungle, exploring. So, but then I decided to go back to my own country and my hometown, Ambon. Most of us, I think, had that great idea and eagerness to come back and apply the knowledge. At that time, there's a lot of disappointment and discouragement because what we're facing is not what we expected. For example, there's not much appreciation on what is GIS, as many of us from developing country facing that. What is it? So it's very limited appreciation of it, and I ended up joining a consultancy group or working as a consultant to the local government, educate them on what is GIS, what it can do, and it's a new world for me. I was a very technical background as a geologist, and now dealing with bureaucrats. Okay, you have to explain in their language what is GIS, what it can do. And also, so this is multidiscipline. I'm so grateful that I took the course because you can go anywhere. GIS is applicable to any field of life at the moment. So from the geologist into IT and database consultant. Not too high level, but general. But I was able to do that, and then I was got the opportunity to work with ACF, Action Contre la Faim. I think it's a French NGO, if I pronounce it correct, and MSF, a Belgium NGO. My place just finished a civil unrest 4 years, so a lot of emergency relief aid was in. So I was able to work with them and dealing with the data collected from the refugees, more to IDP, internally displaced people because of the riots. And it's an eye-opener. I get to go down and interview IDPs or refugees, and I mean, we got to know where the data is from, so the source of data. So it was a good experience for me. Humanitarian aid, it's a different realm. So I mentioned that I was still in touch with, as I said, network is very important. I was still in touch with my former manager, so he was asking if you me to just come back. And then I said, okay, yes, I'll come back and work for you in Laos. So just to give a little bit background about exploration of mining industry. I was back in 2004 as a geologist with the knowledge of database, geoinformatics, and a little bit of IT. So, I mean, we've studied them all. So it's very good that now you have that knowledge. In exploration, we start with a big area and zoom in. And as you see, it's upside down triangles, and the other is correct triangle. So the expenses are increasing, the sizes is reducing in terms of areas, and the technology is more advanced in every steps. Talking about these steps, the data collected are different in each step too, in terms of accuracy and so on and so on, types, media, and most of the time we're dealing with historical data. And as Laura was mentioning yesterday when we were talking about, it's very, sometimes it's difficult to deal with data from different sources, right? You have to treat it carefully, otherwise you will have false thematic at the end because it's not from the same group.